Hi guys, I am the Cannons, and today I'm going to be continuing my little series on expanding Tango Tex Iron Trench. The goal here is to essentially triple the iron output, and so far it's been pretty simple. We've just built this dumbed down building, which is kind of like a shell that just has the doors, the spawning platforms, and the villagers. Now, I did have to put a bit more redstone than I expected in here in order to make this guy move at the right time in order to chain the villages correctly, but it was nothing too complicated. It only took me a few minutes to do it, so anyway, now that we have everything built, all the villagers are in place, and then everything should be ready. So I am going to head up top to the main building and I'm going to start the rebuild process. Now, if everything goes well, this will be a fully functioning iron trench by itself. So I'm going to go up top and get this rebuild process started. Now, I'm probably just going to make this a time lapse because I'm sure you don't want to watch me quietly fly back and forth and look at doors for 20 minutes. So I'll just make that a time lapse, and then we will I will get back to you whenever this is finished rebuilding. Alright, so here I go. So I have run into an issue already. The villagers don't seem like they're moving up and down properly for some reason. I can't really I don't really know what's going on yet. But let's see. Let's see, this one is building properly. But the one down there is not. Let's see. Oh, that is because this got started somehow. How did this get started? Why is it in phase 2? Let's see. Oh, because it received a 1-tick pulse for some reason. How did that happen? So let's see, that should have fixed that. Let's see, the T flip-flop was flipped the wrong way. Okay, he definitely needs to be up right now. Let's see, the timer. Whoops. Let's see. Okay. Okay, so for some reason this got triggered, and then I wonder what happened there. Okay, so whenever I push the reset button up top, something else must have happened. So I need to find out what is going on with this. So whenever this button is pressed, this okay, so if it's in phase 1, this keeps this from being triggered. So well, I don't know why that would have received a 1-tick pulse, but yeah, that's right, buddy. Well, I'm going to go ahead and reset this, and I'll get back with you after I reset it. And then I'm going to start the rebuild process, and then I'll probably time-lapse again while I check this out. I was getting a bit of an issue with these. These pistons were getting a 1-tick pulse, and if a piston gets a 1-tick pulse, or a sticky piston gets a 1-tick pulse, it'll push the block away, but it won't pull it back. So I tried messing around with putting repeaters on these, but that's too much of a delay, and it would affect it in phase 2, which I do not want. So right here I put a bit of a pulse lengthener, so they all extend long enough to turn that on, but also long enough to let the pistons retract the blocks. So okay, so now that we got that one out of the way, I need to reset this timer, and then okay, so I need to reset that timer. I need to come over here and check, make sure that I don't need to reset over here. Okay, I do not. Everything's good. Okay. So now, hopefully, everything will do well, since that guy should not be going into phase 2. Okay, so here we go. Cross your fingers. Here comes another time lapse. Oh man, this is really bad. I was super excited because, I mean, in theory, this should have worked. Everything is lining up properly. But I need to change my render distance, I'm sorry. Okay, so everything is lining up correctly. But for some reason they are extending too far. And the timing is off too. This guy is off, so maybe I need a bit longer of a pulsing thinner. We'll see. Is he going down too soon or too early or what? Okay, so that one linked correctly. Well, this is bad news, guys. I'm not sure why it is doing this, but it is doing this. See, that village created properly, but that's 1 out of, I don't know, 12? Oh man, I hope it's a timing issue. I really hope it's a timing issue. It probably is not. Okay, so that one lined up properly. And then it connected. Houston, we have a problem. So let's see. Hopefully doing that will make at least a bit of a difference. I mean, gosh, that sucks, but because that's definitely a deal breaker. If I can only get one village to form down here and all of the rest of them are forming like right in the middle, I'm going to turn on my golem spawn area too. See, yeah, that is completely sporadic. I do not know what to think of that. Man. See, that one formed correctly. I wonder why it formed correctly. So yeah, I definitely need to look into this and figure out, well, basically what's going on. So, I mean, I guess this is what we're aiming to do this episode. We're aiming to test it. So we know phase 1 is good. At least. We got all villages to form in phase 1. So hopefully setting that little pulse lengthener down there will affect phase 2. Hopefully positively, but it's looking like I'm gonna have some major problems with this actually. Okay, so we fixed one problem so far. Now we have another problem. This other problem is hopefully just in the timing. Hopefully I can find a happy medium with the timing and then get everything to work out. So now that phase 2 is over, we have a bit of a problem. The 2 trenches are randomly merging villages. So we have most of our villages have connected. Down here we have 1 village that formed correctly. 1. Yeah, we have 1 village that formed correctly. And that's not good. So I added in a bit of a pulse lengthener there, which will hopefully compensate for the lag not necessarily the lag, but the delay. So I guess all we can do is destroy these villages and, you know, start over. So I'm going to go ahead and cut right now, and then I'll get back to you whenever phase 2 starts back up. So I put a pulse lengthener here. Hopefully that'll help a bit. Now I'm gonna restart the rebuild process, but I don't really have high hopes for this. So I'm just gonna let this rebuild, and I will get back to you in a bit. So yeah, I'm just gonna let this rebuild, and I'll get back to you after it does, and I'll let you see what happens. Alright guys, as you can probably see, this is a bit of a mess. It seems to be completely random where these villages want to join. So, I mean, I have had a couple of villages form correctly. Like this one formed almost correctly. No, this one did form correctly. This red one right here. But that's one out of... No, there's two. So there's 2 out of 64 villages that formed correctly. That is just a bit unacceptable. So I am going to have to call it here. This might actually spell the doom of this idea, actually, because because if it's going to be this random, then there's no way you can actually turn this into anything useful. So I might not be able to triple it. At the very least, I should be able to double it. I may have to move this down another 64 so that there's 127 blocks in between. It's really disappointing because all of the testing that I've done in a creative world led me to believe that this was all it would take, but apparently I was wrong. So I'm gonna play around with this a little bit more and see if I can get anything going. I guess if I figure anything out, I will let you know, and I'll record another episode, or maybe just a little update or something. I don't know. But as for now, these plans have been kind of foiled, which really sucks. I mean, I was really excited about this. I had high hopes for it. But, you know, you win some, you lose some. This was a failed experiment, at least this far. So if I can't get it to work here, I'll just move it down another 64 blocks, and then we'll simply make it double. So I mean, no big deal. It's still some pretty incredible spawn rates, but I had my heart set on triple, you know. So oh well. I'll see if I can get this figured out, but don't really expect too much. So anyway, I guess if you like this video, feel free to subscribe for more content like this, and leave me a rating. Whether like or dislike, doesn't matter. I would like to know how you guys feel about my content, so just let me know what you think. Alright, I will I guess I'll see what I can do with this design, and I guess I'll see you next time.